Seems like it's been a whole week and I have not been out to my shed and done any glass blowing, so, and I'm sorry for that. I don't know why. I've just been, I guess it's the sickness that I still have it, and I'm still hacking like a son of a gun from time to time, but it isn't as bad. And I need to get out and I need to do some things, which is, let's melt some glass, right? Let's try to do something anyway. Well, there we go. Went over to one of my students' student's place yesterday, and actually it was the day before, excuse me. And sat there and melted glass and tried, and he wanted to see if his machine could run, or his torch could run off a couple of oxygen concentrators like he thought. And I said, yeah, but we also took out I took my concentrators over to him, and we sat there and we tried to see what could be accomplished and it was running quite nicely. It wasn't running high stream, but it was running quite nicely for the size torch he had. And that's the thing I like about my torch, is off of a 5 liter per minute and a 10 liter per minute concentrator, I get pretty good results. And I'm about to add, and I've got one more and almost ready, lined up and ready to go, is another concentrator, which will give me just enough, I think, or more, to do a bigger job that I've been anticipating and never doing. I don't know why I've never done it, but to do a big marble. Okay, and when all else fails for me, I always go back, and you know that, to doing something with a little bit of diacrylic to make it look sparkly, glittery, and pretty. And I also have another piece that I'm going to repair, which is this thing right here, which is a it's actually got Illuminati on it and a couple other things. So it's just a lizard that I'm going to repair. And with that, first this, let's see what it comes out to be looking like. Of course, you press the film side into the glass, like always. And I know this is the first time somebody's seen this, so it's a good thing. And then I take and I heat up colored rod just to the bottom bottom base of the dicro glass, and then I simply heat and round the rest of it to the edges of the dicro, and then flatten it out and stretch it or do whatever I want to do with it. That way the dichroic glass is to the edges of the glass itself, and you can shape it accordingly once you get it there. Again, I apologize that I have not been doing my job well, which is a lot of videos. You know, I think it's a lot of the sickness that I've been going through. I just don't want to do anything. I am excited though that I had a chance to go visit my kids, which was a great thing, and be with them. It's the first time I've had a really chance to have some one-on-one time with them in a very, very long time. Splurged on them a little bit, you know how that is, and got a chance to see them, and even knowing that I would get sick if I went, I'd still go. in a heartbeat I'd go, because it was the only time I'd had a chance to see them. And the sacrifices that you make for your children are very interesting. Okay? Pretty soon I am going to work on another little project that's coming into my mind. I'm actually going to make some buttons, 2-hole buttons, round buttons for a shirt. I have several Aloha shirts, and I thought I'd make some dicro buttons and even some regular buttons, just some colored variation buttons to go for this shirt and use for the simple things, you know, something different. Oh, this is turning out some nice colors. Matter of fact, it's hollering for me to do it, make it into a dicro frog, a very sparkly frog from end to end. Like the legs are going to be sparkly, the head's going to be sparkly, and the body's going to be sparkly, and even the you know, like I said, the legs. Let's go ahead, bring it in, make it thin enough. I know I've done frogs before, but we always do frogs. And the thing about that you'll learn with what I do every time is there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. You only need one at a time to do it, and every time I do it, it comes out a little different. This time I'll do the frog this way, and next time I'll do the frog a little bit different. You know, a little bit different in color, a little bit different in shape. The dicro is different. And that's the way life is. It's never exactly the same way twice, and you got to realize that and go with it sometimes. I mean, don't just. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, right? Now I'm going to round in the body of this frog a little bit. It's going to be a, let's see, now let's leave that on there. Here we go. Press it in, heat, and sort of make it rounder. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. The little noise you hear behind me is one of my dogs. Decided to scoot in under the fence. Okay. Let's see, we got some gold, we got some blues. Let's do some greens for the toes and the eyes. I always like to do a little bit of, you know, contrast. That's the way it works. There we go. 2 eyes. I think I'm going to put big blue dots. There we go. Now the legs, just what you have, that's what we get. Seal them on. And again, you're not trying to just stick 2 pieces of glass together. You're trying to make 1 piece of glass. Make it all 1 piece of glass. That's the main thing. Okay. Now we got the next one. Another leg coming up. Again, these are dicro strip legs. These are actually got sparkly glittery throughout the legs too, which is a pretty cool thing. Just the way it works. Anyway, now back legs. These are the pull forward, fold back legs, like so. Here we go. Fold back. And that's one leg. And then you can sort of heat just at the knee and pull it out to dimple it. And then we're going to do the next leg. Same deal. And the idea is to make sure that you seal together these things well. Not two pieces of glass stuck together, but one piece of glass. That's where it's going to break apart every time if you do not do it right. Okay? Now heat and pull the little dimple for the... And there we go. Well, that's looking good. Now the toes. You know what? Another thing I forgot, and I need to do that right now. Oh. Here we go. We got to do a loop underneath the chin so that it can become a pendant. There we go. Now, let's see, here's a reamer. And I think after I finish this frog, I will do another video, but I'm going to have to tend to these dogs, so we'll deal with them one at a time. There's toes. Let's put some more toes. And again, I usually only put 2 toes, but you could put 4, 6, however many you want to put on there. Your preference, your detail, your love of the animal. There we go. There's a couple more toes to go. And we're getting there. Okay. Now, I got to nip off this back. It's still attached. That never been. Oops! Dang it. Tapped and broke. But nothing terrible. Here we go. Loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie. Go. One complete diachroic frog. Let's get it up and get you a closer look at it from here. Ouch! Boy, you can tell I've had a few things on my table. And thank you for watching. Enjoy your day. And carpe vitro.